Sunny skies, something the monster truck faithful have been begging for all summer long, finally shows itself at the start of autumn as Monster Power wraps up its 2017 season with a full-bore fall power fest unlike any the Durham Fair has ever seen.
The northeastern sector of the United States has a long-standing tradition of excellent monster truck racing, and once again we're going to finish our season right here in Durham, Connecticut, about 20 minutes north of the Long Island Sound in this little shoebox again. And Mikey's back to defend the sweep that he took last year, but it's not just friends and family.
No, that's definitely not. It's just him and the bus against Knucklehead and the Iron Outlaw.
And two of Creten's trucks in here, he's not going to have it easy, but you didn't give him a straight line course to battle with this year, so the shutdown may not be the problem it was, but he's got to contend with two corners.
Yeah, I figured we'd change it up a little bit. Instead of doing that straight line drag race this year, we'd go throw a little Chicago in there, make them do a full lap, see if they can handle these little corners.
A little tight down there by the wall, and I noticed this, you can't see it from here, there's a massive jump center track that might get a little interesting down on this end.
Yeah, I got a little creative with doing a little step-up thing. I actually wanted to put a little jammer stack on the end, but I had Preston and Matt come out and said, nah, that probably wouldn't work. So I kind of improvised and built something that shall be interesting.
Can't wait to see that. We'll be right back with all the action, and I know you got to get up to the booth and get talking.
Yes, I do. Thanks a lot.
Welcome back to Durham, Connecticut, getting ready for the best trick competition. This is Austin Minton in the Knucklehead Extreme Racing entry out of Tonganoxie, Kansas, getting ready to start things off. High flying, move left hard on the right rear tire. And for those of you who know the two Extreme Racing entries, you'll know that Jimmy Creten's trucks are loaded with horsepower. Although he may have damaged the rear steering right there. Now having to back the truck up and turn around. Does not look like the rear tires are turning, so we'll wait and see what he had for a second hit. Stands it up. Slap wheelie. On the second hit, he'll drive it right out of here and take it back to the pits, and hopefully they'll be able to get that repaired. We're going to take another look at this first hit. You'll see came down pretty hard on the right rear, and it may have damaged something in the rear steering right there. Now, this second hit was perfect. Nice flat landing. He drove right into a slap wheelie. Not much room to get it shut down, though. Had to get out of it a little bit earlier. I think he wanted to. Hopefully they can get that truck fixed for racing, because he'll definitely need that rear steering. This is a Chicago-style course they're running here this year. Now, Matt and Cody, fourth different driver we've seen in this truck. Higher education, Matt out of Williamsport, Maryland, driving for Vaters Motorsports. Nice hit there, and he gets a little bit of a slap wheelie out of it, using all the room. Short shutdown on both ends. This is a very, very tight little facility here. Matt, though, can work an arena with the best of them. Not been in this truck in a little over a year. Jumped in it for the first time again about a week ago. They've been doing some work with this truck to get it ready for first quarter 2018. And they just recently made some changes to it. It looks like it's working for him, though, as he gets a little bit close to this fence, actually lands on the barrier. Good start. First two trucks out, both making a statement. They're going to make it real hard on the guys behind them as we take now a second look at those two hits, and watch Matt stand the truck up and down on that backside of that racing lane there, and you notice Tim Howard dropped a couple of minivans into the racing lanes. He wants these guys to really have to go for it. Again, backside of that one, he bounced right into the concrete barriers they have up in front of the chain link fence. Here comes the second part of the 2 Extreme Racing team for the weekend. Idaho Falls, Idaho's Mike Christensen takes his first hit. This guy grew up around monster trucks and has really made a great name for himself. Worked very hard in this industry, and it shows. Let's see what he's got for his second hit. Big leap out of the Iron Outlaw, and you can hear all that horsepower. He takes it right to the exit. Again, short shutdown area here. Take the second look at that one, and we're looking right at the roof. That big Ford Expedition out of Takanas, Kansas, driver out of Idaho. Second hit, just big air. That is a big jump center track. It doesn't look big compared to some of the bus jumps you may see throughout our season, but for a track this small, that thing is a rocket ramp. You put a little bit more vertical air on it to keep these guys from getting too close to that barn or the wall down there. Now you're on board with Mike Vaters, the second out of Williamsport, Maryland. You know this guy can get the job done. This is Overkill Evolution. He comes blasting out onto the floor of the equestrian arena here at the Durham Fairgrounds. That's his specialty right there, is whipping this truck around and getting moved to move some big air. Take it out of the arena, a little bit of a sideways landing, but the truck soaks it up nicely. And this is going to be a tight competition. Everybody laid down their best. We go on board and watch this one again from his point of view. And you can see how small a space they have to work with here. You know, Tim wanted to put in a round track to kind of shake things up here, give Mike a bit more of a challenge, but he might be right at home. It might have played right back into Mikey's hands as quickly as he was able to get that truck turned around. Look at the jump. The air time off the center stack right there. Mikey making that work, and he will indeed drive away with the best trick victory. First shot of the 4. He takes the first competition of the weekend. He'll take that momentum right into racing, and that's what's coming up next. Stay with us. We are back in Durham, Connecticut at the Durham Fairgrounds in the equestrian arena on this complex. Very, very tight confines. You are looking at Matt Cody in the higher education machine. He's going to take on Austin Minton, who had those steering problems during the best trick competition in Knucklehead, and we hope that Austin's got those steering problems worked out. He is going to need that rear steering here, a Chicago-style course. Going to have to get turned around very, very quickly. It's a very narrow strip. Very little shutdown there. Round 1 now, waiting on the flag. There it is. Minton with the jump on the start. Heading into the first corner, he still doesn't have rear steering. He's up against the wall over here. Cody is going to drive around. He's going to end up right behind him. There he is. And he's on the brakes hard. That big number 5 staring him right in the face. Very wisely backed on the throttle and allowed Minton to go ahead and get out of the way. Minton will take it right off the track. Unfortunately, Cody got a give me in round number 1. Still ran his whole race, but take nothing away from him. He's going to have a tough road to hoe in the final round no matter who wins it, because he's got Mike Christensen coming out of one side of this course. There you see him out of Idaho Falls, Idaho, driving the Takanas, Kansas-based Iron Outlaw. He's going to take on one tough customer in these small arenas. That is Mike Vaters, the second in Overkill Evolution. Truck Boys Performance Ford. Based in the state of Maryland. concepts went into this truck, and they keep adding to it, keep changing things around to try to get maximum performance out of it. And it's really been showing this season. Mike has been very, very dominant on this summer tour. He's lining up against one tough monster truck opponent here. Mike with a bit of a jumper to even start, though, as he goes into the first corner. He makes a mistake, but so does Christensen. Mike recovers first Overkill Evolution back underway into the final corner. A little bit wide, but Iron Outlaw not able to capitalize on it. It will be Mike Fun as the second going into the final against his trailer mate Matt Cody in the higher education bus. Mike Christensen wraps up his run right there, not the run he was hoping for. He will turn it around and get right back on the starting line because he is indeed going to race Austin Minton in the Knucklehead number 5 machine. They actually had to stop him over there by the fence. He started driving straight out of the arena. There he goes. Back to the starting line. Here comes Austin through the gate. Get ready to go racing. These engines have a tendency to heat up and it's not cool out here. Day on the fairground. Austin having to work just to get the truck on the starting line, you see. A lot of horsepower coming out of both sides of this track, but with that steering problem, this race has got to favor Mike Christensen unless something drastic happens with the Iron Outlaw. This is most likely going to go Mike Christensen's way. There's the flag. That jump again for Minton. He's really laying on the throttle to get off the line quickly. And there, Christensen got into a little bit of damp soil and dragged him off. It's not going to matter, though, because you see Minton bound up against the barricades over here. He actually touches one of the outside concrete blocks. Christensen just going to go ahead, drive back around, and take the third place race. Here comes Minton. He'll finish up his run here in a moment. Trying to find a way to get that truck turned around for Freestyle. That'll still affect him there because he won't be able to go really move in such a small arena. If he cannot get that rear steering problem worked out. Mike Christensen driving with the third place race, and here comes Overkill Evolution with the monster bus in tow. Higher education. Right behind him, coming down the warning track. This may be only a fair event, but let me tell you, there's a lot of electricity here right now because these two have been going back and forth all summer long. Different rounds, but it seems like Mike has had Matt Cody's number all year. Matt, though, different truck that he's been running all season long. We'll see if it works out for him. Mikey, though, should be at an advantage the way he's been whipping this truck around. And he did have to go hard in round number 1. Matt, unfortunately, did not get a chance to really light the bus there. It is Mike off the starting line first. Matt Cody into the first corner. Mike makes that same mistake. Matt Cody taking full advantage of it, heading into the final turn. And it's another perfect turn. Mike not able to catch him there. In fact, he completely misses the last stack of cars as Matt Cody celebrates the victory. Big win here at the start of autumn in the pool bus. Durham Fair. He takes the bus to victory lane in front of the crowd here on the hill. Look at that turn here. Perfect turn. That was his first turn. Mikey, on the other hand, did the same thing he did in round number 1, and unfortunately on the last turn did it again and got in between the Freestyle stack and the car stack.
All these minivans out here. These are lady drivers.
So you beat Mikey's sweeper from last year. You did it in not your own truck. It's got to feel good, though, to take him down on a track he wasn't used to here, and you absolutely dominated out there.
Yeah, it's been a while since I drove the truck. You know, 2 weeks ago was the first time I drove it in over a year, so, you know, I'm still learning it. At the same time, I broke some parts the other week. You know, I put a front locker in the front of it, so I guess it seemed to work out there for me. I landed and seen I was ahead of Mikey, and kept on laying it down. So we got him for once, and see if we can go into freestyle and take that too.
What's the dirt like out there? Is it sticky or is it slick?
It's pretty slick, to be honest with you. I mean, you got your dry spots, which is just causing dust, but where they watered it at was nice and perfect. Perfect turn to slide around on.
Here, truck fire up. First off, we're gonna bring out the Iron Outlaw. He's gonna come out here. He's gonna do whatever he wants.
Back in Durham, Connecticut at the Durham Fairgrounds, going right into freestyle. This is Mike Christensen and the Iron Outlaw. Idaho Falls, Idaho. This guy grew up around monster trucks. He's worked very, very hard to make his name in this sport. You can hear the awesome power in these two extreme racing vehicles as he comes right past the booth. 10 minutes, those jumps a little too far. And a lot of air on that center jump. He's in trouble. Saved it. Right rear touchdown, kicked him left, and he had to drive out of that one. Locked it up right on top of the entrance stand. Put a scare into a couple of photographers over there, I think. All part of the sport. What a start to the freestyle. It was a little short, but it was sweet. Mike Christensen laying it down in the Iron Outlaw. Pops out of the cab to wave to the adoring crowd. Got the fans going first run out. Take another look at that. This was the entry to the track, and it was full throttle.
As you can tell, the truck's getting a little crooked. They have sway bars on there. They tend to give out on violent things like that.
Wow. Tell you what, he had the big air. Now this is where things got a little bit wild. When he came down, the truck bounced up. When he got on the throttle, the rear tires touched down, throwing the truck into a wheel stand. But it was the right rear tire that grabbed first and pitched the truck left. And with not a lot of shutdown area, he had to gather that thing up quick. Those big Eagle works dug in as soon as it hit. You can see how far over he was. Had he not been able to pull forward just a little bit, he might have been in bigger trouble. And again, there's some photographers right over there by that blue tent behind the barricade. Looked like he might end up over there with them, but had it all under control now. Here comes a guy that can get the job done. But
it just don't make sense, a bus.
Mike gave him all he won on that one. Matt Cody out of Williamsport, Maryland in the higher education bus. Matt's been running these big arena tours first quarter, other part of the year, with a different identity. And it's really showing, the experience is showing. It's still Matt Cody's driving style, but there's just a bit more there than there was last year. The driving school definitely came up. Here, a backfire coming out of the engine. Not sure if it's loading up or what, but doesn't seem to be bothering. He gets the bus turned around, he's right back to it. Huge leap out of the cool bus. Squeezes up by the wall, ran out of room right there. Trying to get the tires out of the barricade instead. He's keeping that momentum up nicely. I'm walking over to boot. We're backing up a little bit for that. Truck angled at the fence just a little bit. Into it, throwing dust everywhere. And there it was again. You hear that backfire. There's smoke coming out from underneath. I don't know what that is. Track tech's looking at the truck. We're back by the barriers right now. He's going to refire it. We'll see if he pulls off the track. I'm not sure if he's done some engine damage or if he's just smoke and the flames coming out of the headers. He goes for another hit right there. Locks it up, and he, I think that's going to be the end of it for Matt Cody, but it was an awesome run as Matt comes out of the top of the hatch, waves to the crowd. You see it right there. There's a little alcohol fire underneath the truck. Again, I'm not sure what's going on with that engine right now, but you could hear that thing backfire every time he kicked it around the corner and let out of the throttle. Well, those turns he was cutting to get himself back around and line up were very, very impressive. He was on the brakes so hard the fenders were actually touching, or the wheel wells, I should say. This truck doesn't have fenders, but the wheel wells were touching the tops of the rubber on the tires. Just huge, Aaron. You can see the body coming down on top of the tires right there. He cut into this donut. And this is when we really started hearing that backfire I was talking about.
It looks awful hot over there, so maybe I won't do that either.
Again, from up here in the booth, it's hard to tell right now what exactly was going on. Another look at this big jump he took here at the end. This was the last shot he was able to get out of the truck, and it was a good one. You can see the smoke coming out from underneath the engine compartment. A little alcohol fire underneath of that truck. There you see it right there. And you can see that kind of clear haze. That is the sign of an alcohol fire, and that can be a very scary thing, but this one was kept under control. Here comes Austin Minton and Knucklehead. Let's see if he's got that steering issue worked out. I'm going to say no, because he was pushing that corner just to get the truck over to gear, so. Hopefully he can leave himself enough room to get this thing kicked around real quick. Just plaguing him on this one. It's taking a lot of momentum away from this run, but he's not playing around with it. You can probably tell a bit frustrated. Some nice air right there, though. He's got to make every shot count, considering he cannot get this truck flipped around quickly. Never knew before how much room it actually takes to turn one of these trucks without rear steering. You know why they have that. Nice hit out of the center stack again. Drifts all the way over there. I'll tell you what, those photographers are getting a workout. Keep having trucks running up over there with them. See him standing there by the blue tent. Nice hit right there for Austin Minton and Knucklehead. Again, over by this big wall in front of the concessions area. Trying to make it work for him, but when he nails the throttle to try to get the truck turned with all that power and weight over the rear tires and the front tires doing all the steering, it's kind of floating the front end. It's making it very hard for him to whip this thing around quickly at all, but he's doing a nice job. It looks like he's going to stop right there. Austin Minton and Knucklehead waving to the crowd. He is disappointed in that run. I know that. He wanted to really come out and show off for them, but he did a nice job. He can't take anything away from him. Working with an ailing truck, it was actually a pretty good run for Austin Minton out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. Some nice hang time on this run. Hopefully we'll get a look at him in the 2018 season with a truck that is functioning a little bit better, but again, can't take anything away from him. You see, he put the foot to it, got the truck up in the air. But he had to take some really straight shots. He was not really able to play with the course as much as I think he would have wanted to. Again, big hang time going the back way. With that big wall there, they don't have as much to worry about.
2014 Young Guns champion, 2015.
So, we prep right now for our final competitor of the afternoon.
11 backflips to his credit.
Mike Vaters II comes out of the pit area, down the warning track, and come through the fence. This is our final look in 2017 at Marty Garza's incredible Overkill Evolution. Look at that. Bicycle into the turn. 360 on two tires and right past the booth. Actually make contact with the fence right there. Those quick turns, as I said, that should be to his advantage. Look how dusty it is out here. They watered this track as he just got into the barricade again. A little bit close in here today. Up against the wall. Using every inch of this track, and again, runs out of space. That's why those barriers are around that barn. Had they not been there, the last couple years, we might have had some shattered timbers laying on the ground. He just took out a ground cam. He just ran over a ground cam. We're going to bring some highlights there, but I don't think we're going to be doing that. Big hang time out of Mikey Vaters. And again, into the barricades. He's coming this way a little bit. Back up. Slides into a stop. A little bit leery over here. But that guy is well in control of that truck. Listen to the cheers. He laid one down and he had to go some. He had a bunch of good runs in front of him. Look at this. Came flying out on the track. Biggest error to take off we've seen so far, and then straight into his next jump before the truck even settled.
He destroyed it.
And then this incredible. I called it a 360. It's not quite a 360. He didn't get it all the way back around. It was a little more than a 180, and then he backs it into the wall.
Be the announcer up here. This is the worst part. It's
Now,
time for me to say goodbye.
We wait. Again, the big air. There you see it. Mike Vaters goes out of 2017 with a Freestyle championship here with JM Motorsports in Durham. What a weekend it's been. What a year it's been. I want to thank everyone for joining us here on Monster Power. Big thanks to JM Motorsports and Tim Howard. Thanks again for joining us on Monster Power. We will see you in 2018.